Take some time to spend with the lectures I'm teaching you, because I'm literally giving you the language of the marketplace, teaching you how to read the lifeblood, which is liquidity, and the mechanism of delivery, which is time. All these things have to agree. If you have that and you have an economic calendar, has a medium impact or high impact news driver, you have the recipe for low resistance liquidity run conditions. That means salad days trading, easy trades, easy, fast money. That's the stuff that you're supposed to be looking for. But there isn't an everyday supply of that. So you just don't do anything with price? No. In the beginning, you have to learn a lot. So engage, study it. You learn more about hard days like this than you do with the easy days. The easy days, the only thing that teaches you is to trade with more leverage. Trade. I wish I would have traded with a bigger position. That's the only thing it's going to teach you until you've learned these lessons here, like I've talked about today. It keeps you holding a sober-minded perspective over trading. It puts a filter, a leash, if you will. It puts the animal inside you in a cage, so that way you don't go out there recklessly do things in conditions like this, which obviously has opportunities to trade in. But try to understand from my perspective as a responsible educator, I am aware that not everyone's going to have the aptitude that all of you have at the end that are profitable. Some of you are going to start out with well-meaning intentions that you are going to stick with this no matter what. Come hell or high water, you're going to figure it out until you get to that day where you just can't do it anymore. And it's going to be, for some of you, that's the reality. You're not going to be a trader. And I don't mean that to be deflating. I don't mean that to be discouraging, but let's just be practical. You know people that you've seen on social media, they've been talking the same nonsense and they don't have any profitability. They're just negative. They're never going to be a trader. They don't have the wherewithal. They don't have the discipline. They don't have the desire to change who they are. But if you have that passion to stay, I'm going to be in here. I'm going to stick with it. I'm going to follow the rules. And I know it's going to be hard, but I see the science behind it. I just have to get accustomed to looking for these characteristics and study them, get a backlog of how it worked in the past, real time studying it forward, and then you'll see your model. And then when you operate in them and you use these low hanging fruit objectives, where all you're doing is looking for a cookie cutter $200 a day, $100 a day, $150 a day, $250 a day. I don't think someone that's new, you're probably asking, why'd you say $250? Because I don't think anyone that's new should have anything more than 250 bucks. In fact, if I was being honest with you, I would say anywhere between 100 and 200. But 250, anything more than that, as a beginning trader that's trying to formulate a track record of consistently profitable, consistently finding something that's easy to get out of the marketplace and not requiring a great deal of precision, not a whole lot of ICT acrobatics, not a lot of moving parts. Very simple surgical strikes. Go in, bing, boom, boom, done. Get your money and leave. Don't feel impulsive about going back in because it moves even more. Even if I put something out there on the internet, if I say something, if you are affected and influenced by anything I or anyone else says, you are not the student that I'm aiming you to be. I'm trying to put you in the right direction and allowing the natural trajectory of you following the procedures and processes that I'm providing for you for free. It's your job to stick to them. So that way you can see the benefit of doing those things. But if you are influenced by anything that I say in a live stream, you have not graduated to a degree where if you know your model, it doesn't matter what I say. If you know your model, it doesn't matter what anybody else is saying. It doesn't matter what they criticize about you. It doesn't matter. None of these things matter. As far as I'm concerned, none of your opinion about anything I talk about is important to me. It has no bearing on the outcome of whatever I do. None. You can't influence me. I follow nobody on social media. No one has any influence over me. So I want you to understand that I hold my position of an influencer and mentor and teacher with a great deal of respect, because I know that if I say certain things, it will cause the weaker or newer students to do certain things to either try to emulate me or think that I have to have that happen in them as a student before they're proving themselves worthy or part of the community or whatever. On Twitter or X, That's my playground. I say a lot of stuff. I stir up a lot of trouble because and I enjoy it. That's just it's my outlet. I vent there. I love pulling the strings of other people, and I love reading their bullshit because they think they have an impact on me. They don't. It's a running joke. But in the lectures, I hold my position as an educator, as a mentor, to a degree that nobody else does because I want you to understand that I am aware of the risks in these markets. I'm aware that the risks that you're going to take that you don't think you're going to do in the beginning, but you will. And I'm trying to be a voice of reason for my kids so that way they don't do those things. And you have the benefit of hearing that. And I justify why I say these things with rules and processes and procedures that will yield you the protection if you allow that. And if you stick to it, you won't overtrade. You won't over leverage. You won't demand more from the market than it's most likely going to do for that given session or day. And you won't be surprised by any of this stuff either. How many times has the market done something? You're like, wow, where did that come from? Or if you feel so inclined, man, this is really trash market conditions, and you want to go online and bitch. That means you had no expectation it was going to be like that. That means you should never be trading with real money. If you're surprised, okay, I'm going to say this, I'm closing it.